everyone. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back again. Today, as you can see, we are going to teach. Okay, welcome back again, everybody. So we are going to talk about some conversation and talk on social media about women rejecting a male for a choice of partner, and why you think that any woman will reject a man that is caring. Hi everyone. Oh my gosh, don't everybody, welcome back. Sorry. It's my other phone that is like. So I want to ask something that do you think any woman will reject a man that is caring, a man that have a family orientation, a man that is provider, a man that can protect a woman, a man that is responsible, a man that is a husband material? Do you think any woman will like to reject that type of a man? I know for long our women are living in delusion for years. They live in delusion. They participate in a relationship that is one-sided. The relationship that the loyalty is just one-sided, okay? And the loyalty normally comes from the women and not from the men. So this has been going on for years, time to time. And we see the figure of single motherhood, women raising children alone is growing every day. We see women struggling with children. We have passed the first generation where women struggled too. And we see the second stage or second cycle of single motherhood again. And you see all the blame go to the women, the women. Many men in our society pass the blame to the women because they don't want to take responsibility. They are a group of men that are being entitled. They are used to getting everything on their hands, whether wrong or right. There are a group of women that are male identified that will always defend them for whatsoever they do. So they are never be able to take accountability for anything they do. So that is why you see them today. Most women are beginning to wake up from their delusion, thinking before that most of these men were good men, they were viable partners for a husband, for father for their children, and many of them God is surprised when they become single, like many of us over here. Okay, so when we hear something on social media that most of the OCOP, somebody's telling the ladies not to date Edo men, I'm not surprised about that, because there are so many reasons you should not date some certain Edo men, and that is the majority of them. There are so many reasons you should never date them, because you see most of our women have become the face of single motherhood in Europe, struggling with children alone, of which the job or the responsibility of father and motherhood is supposed to be between a man and a woman. Raising children is supposed to be between a man and a woman. And we have seen this behavior time to time when we were in those states, in Nigeria. Men abandoning their children for women to care for, and we see the result wasn't good. We see criminality, courtesan, polygamous. We see a lot of things. Women becoming the enemy of other women, fighting, hatred between us as women. Oh, this one snatched my husband, this one did this. Too much disunity within us and anger. People that come from polygamous home can attest to all this, how the division was real over there, men having different women and not taking responsibility for them. And that behavior make our society become unbalanced, because there is so much criminality, there is so much behavior that can never make a society be stable. So we have been in all this, and when we hear that people are venting a domain and you see people are angry, why are you angry? Why are you angry? Because there is no woman on this earth, especially the black women, the Nigerian women, that will vent a man that is good. Nobody will not want to be with a good man, unless a woman that is toxic, a woman that don't know better, a woman that have a low self-esteem, that don't know what she wants. It is only that type of women that cannot want a good man. And when we talk about a good man, who is a good man? We talk about a good man. It's not only a man that is a boyfriend to you, a man that can be good in bed, a man that can be good in some certain aspect. When you talk about a good man, a man that can be a provider, a responsible man, a man that is ready to build, to create a legacy for himself, to do everything for himself and his family and take care of a woman. Not a man that is looking for a woman that he can use, he can abuse, he can do all sorts of things to her, and he will still expect the woman to keep quiet and not to say anything. And the moment this woman decides to leave, she is all alone. So when we talk about a good woman, a good man, many women mistake it for other things. That is why today you see a lot of them are single. There is so much anger all over everywhere, because it was something that is anger that is being accumulated. You see, people don't talk, people don't speak their mind. When you try to enter into this conversation, nobody really want to care, but it is a problem on its own, because you as a man, you are the pillar of the society. You should be example of your society. You should be able to create a picture of how you want the society to be. That is how the women in your society, in your group, in your tribe, or in your continent will follow. But when you create a society whereby you subject the women to pain, you subject the women to poverty knowingly, because I know most of our black men, they don't want to see the women grow. That is why when you see most of the tradition, most of the things and all, it is all about women, and nothing goes to the men. And when you see a tradition and a society that is built that way, and you see these men very spoiled, they don't take accountability, they want to be cuddled like a baby. Most of these men, they never have a father in their life. They don't know how to be a father, because you see that polygamous home, most of the father don't even know the name of some of their sons. Most of the father, they are just there like, this one just still have a baby, this one just still have a baby, this one have a baby. Some of them will have a baby the same month or the same day, they will just born it, those type of stuff. So these men are not really focused on the children. They are just taking any decision they're taking with their ding-dong, with their pennies. So it is difficult when you see this type of group of men, and you see people not recommending them to women, and you see them, they are annoyed, they think that people don't like them, but before people can be able to recommend you, we're in 2020. This is not the time where they will say, all the days, and so they talk all those stuff. No, we are talking about 2020, okay? Where many women know better, okay? They know better, they want to do better. When you know better, you want to do better, okay? So there is no way nobody will recommend a group of men that are dependent. They want to live on a woman. They want to subject women to pain. They want to subject women to single motherhood knowingly. They want to have children, but they don't want to take accountability, responsibility for their children. They always want to push their children to the next available hands that can take care of their responsibility. So it is very difficult for people to recommend you. When you see people not recommending you, I think instead of you complaining all over social media, you should do better for yourself. You should try to be a good man. You should try to be a viable partner or mate for whoever you are with. And when you see behaviors that are not nice, that are not good, you should condemn it as a man. I notice many of you, they don't condemn behaviors that are not nice. Many of you are friends to most of these men. Instead of you trying to advise them, make them do the right thing, many of you conclude with these people to continue doing what they are doing. Most of you empower them to do a lot of things, and most of you are not good example. And even most of the fathers, they are not good example. And most of these men, because of the mentality they have, they always like speak with, my father have so wife, my father have so children, so I don't care about my children now. And you see them at their young age, many of them are baby fathers to 5 children, 6 children, and at the end of the day, they are getting older every day. The time they are already weak, when the bleaching cream is no more working properly, the ding-dong is no more working properly, the carrying bags from one girl's house to another is no more paying, they want to settle down. They want to look for somebody to take off those things. At times, it is difficult. When you have a group of men that have a antecedente that is not clean, when you have a group of men that do nothing than to exploit women, put them into prostitution, make them have multiple partners so that they can be bringing money for them, when you have a group of men that cannot better the life of their partners or their mates, their wife, it is very difficult for you to recommend them. It is very, very difficult. So when you see people doing that, they don't recommend you, I think you have to think, make a deep reflection, and try to better yourself as men. Try to better yourself as men, instead of complaining that, oh, people said that you should not date Edo men. People said you should not date Edo men. Maybe if most of the men were good men, were responsible men, were viable partners, we could have seen all these good things in their women. We could have seen many of the women married, happily. One thing is married for me in Nigeria. Another thing is happily married, functioning relationship, and children growing in a healthy and a peaceful home where the father participates. It is not that the father is just inside the house, because you see most of our black marriages and most of our Nigerian marriage, most of the parents that are even at home, they are not functioning the way they are supposed to function as a man. Most of the men, they are not teaching their children, their male child, how to be a man. That is why you see them, it is difficult for them to look like a man, to behave like a man. You see them putting bleaching creams, putting earrings, dressing in a certain way, because they were never taught how to dress as a man. Because most of them were brought up by women, you see them wearing very tight trousers, dressing in some feminine way and behaving in some feminine way. The only person that can teach a man how to be a man is a man. When a woman do that, it becomes somehow. That is why you see many of them, they compete with their woman. They feel like the prize when a woman have them. They feel like, I am the prize. You are supposed to love me. You are supposed to give me money. You are supposed to spoil me. You are supposed to do this and that for me. Because the moment these ladies are not doing all these things, it means that they're never ready to marry. You understand? That is why most of the women are failing today. They are single mothers struggling every day with their children. Most of the children are in pain and stress because the responsibility of children is supposed to be between the man and the woman, and not only the woman. So if these men were viable men, they were responsible, they were husband material, why are there women single mothers everywhere? I know the women have a lot of fault too. I will talk about that on my next video. Most of them have lack of education, what they were told by the men to do. They were told to go into a relationship of ride or die, struggle love and stuff and all. Yeah, we know how most of them were conditioned. And most of them were trained by the women too. Because when you see most of these men, it is all about my mother, my mother, my mother, my mother. That part of their father has never been in their life for once. So that part is like, it does not exist for them. Okay? So you see them is all about their mother and what their mother taught them. When we were in Africa then, you will see these women will come up like, if this my pikin grow, it will really wire all these women. If this my pikin grow, it will really give them heartbreak. If my pikin, they will never say something positive about the treatment their son should meet on a woman. All they will teach is how their son is going to discoagulate, is going to cause heartbreak, is going to do that, because that was what many of them knew all their time with these men. It is all about one stress, one problem, the other. It is all about headache from these men. So that is what they can project on their boys. Like, go to the world and make these women miserable, make them feel pains, make them single mom. That is why when you complain to most of their mother, they will say, oh, why their papa married 4, their papa married 5. Why are you complaining? Why can't you stay? Why can't you keep quiet? Things like that, because that was the life these people know. Toxic and dysfunctional environment and life. That is the only thing these people know. That is why you as a woman, you should know better in 2020 never to go into ride or die marriage or relationship, never to go into dysfunctional, unhealthy relationship with these men, because that is what most of them can offer you. So if you're not getting recommendation, a domain in Europe or wherever you are, I think you should start, be honest, be responsible, be a husband material, be a father to your children, because you cannot make a mistake, your father cannot make a mistake, at the same time, you make the same mistake. It is not responsible on your part for you to go to the next generation with mistake, and the next generation who is going to correct all these things. Who? Because the way they speak at times, I see the delusion, I see the trick in most of them. They don't even know how they look to the world. They don't even know their behavior, the way it talks about them. They don't even think properly. If your women begin to divest to Senegal, to Kokobiri, as you people call them, and to Ghana, to other countries, you should take a deep reflection about yourself, because the places that your women are divesting to, which is all this Kokobiri and all, you cannot go and marry a Senegal woman. You cannot, you as a Edo guy, you cannot even friend a Senegal woman. It is impossible. Do you know why you cannot go out with a Senegal woman or a Ghanaian or all these things? I'm talking when you talk about buying out large, when you are, that is going out with plenty Senegal or plenty Ghanaians, the way most of our Nigerian women are beginning to divest, which is good. I really agree that if you cannot find a good man in your community or from the group of men where you come from, you should divest. Look for better men, somebody that can do better than the men from your community. You are not obligated to be loyal to anybody. You are not obligated to be loyal to a group of men that cannot treat you well, that cannot be responsible for a family. You cannot be loyal to men that can ask you to go out and prostitute, bring money for me, buy me cream, pay for the house and all this stuff. Those are supposed to be the job of a man. You cannot be loyal to men that forced you to work, when at the same time you become the breadwinner for them. The only thing they can do for you is come with their ding-dong, their bonla, and sat down at home watching TV from morning till night while you are inside the car, while you are having their babies. Most of them, before their babies are born, they abandon them. After the babies are born, they abandon them. Do you know the psychological impact all these things are doing to these children? Even you are a product of this abandonment. That is why it is quick for them to do it, because that anxiety, like, it is something like a pathology to them. Okay? That is why you always see them, they are very easy to walk out of the marriage, because there is already a history of their father going around with multiple women, multiple children everywhere, even when they are not even caring for those children. So who are we going to blame? The people that does not recommend you to women so that you can do more damage to the women that are coming, when you have already made other women in your society, in your community, single mom, without even paying child support, visitation, etc., etc. Nothing. So why do you want a recommendation from people? Like me, myself, I cannot date an Edo guy. I cannot recommend them to no one. Okay? Because when people begin to teach you something, when you begin to see something, some certain behavior, you don't need to say, oh, it's not my portion. There are things that are in our society, like it's raining. We come from a society where everything rain. When something comes out, it begins to rain, it begins to be popular, and people are quickly imitating all these things. So most of this behavior is similar because they believe that when they do this, they do that, they are feeling and strong. His ego is I can do it, I can do it. Things like that. They believe that it is normal. And you see, women continue to fall in all this stuff and make excuses for them. If you got lucky and you got married to a good one, good for you. But we are not talking about 100% where 20% or 30% are good and the 70% are bad. So it will normally be visible when 70% of oranges in a basket is bad and 20% is or 30% is good. It will always be visible. That is why I'm asking this question, that if you men, you people were so good, why are your women divesting to other men? Why are your women being taken by Kokobiri, Ghana, or many of them choose to be single? Because you cannot go, as I said before, and pick a Kokobiri girl, Senegal, Ghana, and all, because these people, their men is not even enough for them. Their women is not even enough for them. For you, the chances of you getting a Kokobiri girl, a Kokobiri man will double the wife to 2 at home. They will make their women 2 or 3. For you to even say one Senegal girl reach your hand, or one Tutu Poyoyo Ghana girl, or all those ones when they say they not swag, before they go reach your hand, their men will double them 2, even without no headache. I have so many Senegalese friends. They have 2 wives, 3 wives. And you see them working very hard here every day to care for their women without no complaint. Meanwhile, these men, they have just 1 woman. And they cannot even care for those women. They want these women to work their ass down, have babies, work at home, do everything for them, and get nothing back. In this world we are living, one thing our women should know: if you are giving loyalty to somebody, you should expect loyalty back. Anything you give, you should expect the same. You cannot be in a relationship that is one-sided. This person wants you to be submissive, want you to be loyal, want you to do everything for them, and they do nothing for you. And at the end of the day, you waste all your time, your life, your youth in just one place, doing nothing for yourself. And you become a single mother, and who do you have to blame? When you choose to be with the men that are not viable for husband, men that are not viable for relationship, they don't have the spirit of providing for a woman or caring for a woman, they cannot keep their vow, they cannot keep their manhood. They are always everywhere. Lying, men that are dishonest. You have no business being loyal to them. That is one thing you should know as a woman. So, for the men that are complaining, because you are a dose person or a dope boy, whatever, does not give you the red card that you are a good man. Because the statistics of single motherhood in your community, in this Europe or over in Africa too, we saw a lot of things already show that many of you are not marriage material. that you should go and work on yourself, do a lot for yourself. Instead of you running after a woman, you want to toast a woman, you want to friend a woman, go look for a job. Go and look for a job instead of looking for a woman. That energy you spend looking for a woman, you could keep those energy looking for a job. That money you use to buy cream, to bleach and all those stuff, fry your hair and all, those energy, you could channel them to open your business, work for somebody if that is what you want, go to school, learn something, instead of you broke and running after every woman. And you later complain, oh, this one said she doesn't want to date a boy. This one. So, this world, this world we are living now, everything goes by recommendation. Even when you go to a restaurant to eat, you will see those stars that is done. People, the restaurant that people recommend with a star, that is the most restaurant that people will visit. When you go to shop to buy clothes, people will give the star if they are good in their customer service, everything, their quality and all. But if they are not good, instead of you to give them 10 stars, you give them 1, or you give them 2, or you give them 3. So that is what the world is up to now. Because your Edo guy does not give you the receipt to date every woman that you find. That was maybe 10 years back or some years back. Not anymore. Women are waking up. Women are doing and choosing better now. No, many women don't want to be like their mother that never knew better. Many women want to do better because it is a lot of stress breeding children alone. It makes you to lose a lot. Having children with men that are not responsible, that are not husband material, it makes you lose a lot. That is why you should learn how to choose better. Never choose a man because he's from your tribe. Never choose a man because he's a black man. Go to where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. Where you are treated better, like the queen that many of you are. Because I see at times most of our girls, because of the ignorance, because of the programming, because of the conditioning, they will see a guy from other tribe, from other country that is so nice to them, treat them like a lady, love, respect, provide for them. They will still want to choose that toxic man, that dysfunctional man. They can do nothing for them, maybe because they have the ding-dong. Stop choosing men because of ding-dong. Stop choosing men because they stigmatize you. Don't do that. At the end of the day, you become a single mother because when you put yourself with a man that is not wired, he wasn't trained by his father to behave in some certain way, to dress in some certain way, to go look for a job when he lost one, to go look for how to care for his family. And when you put up with a man that live on entitlement, on because I'm a man or because I'm a man, I'm entitled to go after whoever I want, you are going to lose as a woman. So I think I've explained a little bit on this video. So we are going to talk tomorrow when I come back from work, okay? I will be trying to put content on my page, teach on my page, because that is what I love to do. My mom was an S teacher, most of my family was teachers. So I always like to go in deep into some certain issues and put it on the big pictures, what many of us don't see in all these things, because Many of our problems come from history. Historically, how was it? Because most of these men, they lie too much. They makes you to feel guilty. They make most of our black women to feel that they are not good women, they are not responsible, they are the cause of their single motherhood. Guess what? We are going to be breaking down their pathology and their lies over here on my Facebook. The cause of single motherhood in the black community. How most of the men contributed to it. Okay? So let me go to bed now. Tomorrow I have to wake up early. I love all of you all, my ladies. Choose better, love yourself, raise your standard, and be the better version of yourself. Don't be afraid, okay? Do what makes you happy and love yourself. Bye-bye, everyone.